The Game Awards just happened, but I'm not counting down the best games of the year yet. We did get some exciting new game announcements, and I feel like we're really not going to get much more for the rest of the year, so I want to count down the top 10 upcoming games of 2020. Now, these games have to have a confirmed release date. Also, it's my opinion, so consider that. Anyways, guys, let's get started. But before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, and leave a comment, and you'll be a loyal subscriber.
I wanted to give to you, the last part of your notes here, the significance spiritually of the number 10.
If you've seen my reaction to Square's E3 a while back, you might remember me being super excited for the new Avengers game. And excited I am, still. Since I consider myself a pretty big fan of Marvel and superheroes in general, I was very interested in finding out what this game is, and I'm still very interested in finding out what this game plays like and the rest of the story. We do know that, well, Captain America has died and the Avengers are in a tough spot. Kind of like at the end of Infinity War. The Captain America didn't die in that one, you know what I mean though. With a nice cast of characters to play and what seems to be a deep story that seems to also be the next best thing to a new Avengers movie, since I don't think we're getting one for a while, I'm pretty excited for this game. And the fact that it's only at number 10. It's a tough list. It's a tough list. One of the greatest games of all time finally has a long-awaited sequel, and it's only at number 9. To be honest, I never got too into the first Last of Us game, but I do know it is fucking crazy. Last of Us Part 2 is a continuation of the Last of Us's story, and even with a twist. I don't want to spoil it in case you don't follow the trailers and you want it to be a surprise and everything, but it's something you probably won't expect after the first one. This time, you play as Ellie rather than Joel. There seems to be many cool stealth sections too, and considering how crazy the first one was with its story, I'm sure Part 2 will deliver one that is just as good, or, dare I say, it has the potential to be even better. Be ready on May 29th.
So, I'm going to be giving this flavor 8.5 out of 10 scoops.
Doom Eternal honestly looks like it can be this year's game of the year, with added parkour and a lot more satisfying satisfying demon killing. Doom Eternal seems like a worthy contender for game of the year. Be prepared to unleash hell once Doom Eternal arrives on November 22nd. On November 22nd. On November 22nd.
On November 22nd.
Yep, it's Doom Eternal again. I always spoke so fondly about how fucking awesome this game looked, and was really looking forward to it and playing it in November. But it got delayed like a month before it was going to come out to March 20th, 2020, which is quite a while. It looked to be coming along so nicely too, so it was really disappointing to find out that it was getting delayed, but I am kind of happy it is, because, you know, it is probably for the better. The only problem is, I feel like I've done so much talking about this game, and why you should be excited for it in the past. I'm just gonna let past me do the talking. I feel like Doom is actually probably their biggest IP at this point. Think about it. So Doom Eternal looks amazing. To basically be the first game, but on steroids. With cool new enemies, exciting new parkour mechanics, and the returning satisfying demon killing, Doom Eternal seems like a worthy contender for Game of the Year.
36.
Very close, but that's not it. Let's go to Gary the Retard. What number between 2 and 4?
7.
The Game Awards just happened, as in this is getting recorded the day after the Game Awards. Probably the biggest game shown was a little game known as Ghost of Tsushima. Kind of surprised this game is coming out in summer of 2020, which would mean it's not on the PS5, which I originally thought it would be, but it's on the PS4 rather, and probably Sony's last big game on the PS4. But I don't care, it looks awesome. Set in Tsushima, Japan, Ghost of Tsushima is developed by Sucker Punch, who worked on the infamous series of games, and I'm sure they will release a banger, since the visuals alone seem awesome, but throw in the gameplay we got a while back, which honestly looked great. Throw in other stuff like how the story seems, and this might have been sort of like a actual cutscene. I think it might have been. This is honestly gonna be a great game to go out with on the PS4. I am very eager to get my hands on Ghost of Tsushima in summer of 2020.
Okay, Mrs. Puff, what's my final score?
6.
Hey, remember when Project Resistance got announced? I wasn't too thrilled about it, since I wanted to see either Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil 3, or like a remake of that. Plus, I mean, not that it looked bad, but it just didn't look too good. And then the latter got leaked. And then recently revealed at Sony's Nintendo Direct, State of Play. And we all got pretty excited. After a fantastic remake of the original sequel, Resident Evil 2, it's time we get a remake of the third game. And it does what the remake for Resident Evil 2 did, with putting it in a third-person perspective, and Nemesis just looks sick, to be honest. People don't really like how he looks. I think I do, though. Just didn't know we were getting it this soon. I mean, before the leaks, at least, but April 3rd, 2020. Cannot wait.
Oh, chills. Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5 is my brother.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Why, yes, I do sound sold on Doom Eternal, but one thing difficult about it is that it comes out on the same exact day as another game that is very much like it. Little game known as Animal Crossing New Horizons. How long has it been since a new Animal Crossing game? No, not that one. No, stop, not that one either. What's the matter with you? New Leaf? 2012! Oh my god! It's about time. Animal Crossing New Horizons seems to have the usual charm that Animal Crossing is known for, with cute and colorful characters as well as cute and colorful worlds, and with the addition of crafting. This just seems like another must-buy Nintendo Switch game. Can't wait for it. On March 20th.
7, 5. Number 4.
I don't think Watch Dogs has ever really taken off as well as Ubisoft wanted it to with the first and second, but I think we might have a winner in Watch Dogs Legion. This game has such a unique concept, and I'm not sure I've ever seen or heard of it before. First of all, the game takes place in London. It doesn't really have to do much with, like, hackers and shit like that. Or at least it's different from the first two, and that sounds, normal. But you could actually recruit any NPC in the game, and you want to make a legion of your own, as the name of the game. And I do mean any NPC is recruitable. However, be careful, as when you lose anyone you've recruited, it's a permadeath. I can't wait to recruit Watch Dogs Legion into my library of games on March 6th. Sega really doesn't do much with their franchises. Unless you're Sonic, Yakuza, Valkyria Chronicles, or in this year's case, as in 2019's case, Shenmue or Super Monkey Ball, I guess? Many of Sega's franchises are kinda dead. This is a shame because they have a lot of great franchises. And this is why I could not believe it when Streets of Rage 4 was announced, just randomly too. If you know me, you might have known how much I love Streets of Rage 2. But if this is the first video of mine you're watching, or if you just did not know that, you will no doubt be surprised by this pick being this high. But this is more of personal bias for me. And it's just about damn time we get Streets of Rage 4. With a cool looking art style and a new character in the form of Adam Hunter, who looks sick. I just cannot wait to play this game when Streets of Rage 4 comes out in the first half of 2020. Damn it, why can't we get a release date?
What kind of pencil do we take again?
Number 2. Take a number 2.
Looks like you took a big number.
You know how I usually try to make you guess what the entry is before I start talking about it? Well, I'm just gonna tell you. It's Final Fantasy VII. How did this game take as long as it did? Is it because it was revealed too early, which is a thing with Final Fantasy games? Or is it the game? I mean, have you seen the game? I don't think I've ever been so blown away from a remake before, and even just by the trailer. Yeah, not even Resident Evil 2 or 3 blew me away as much as the trailer for Final Fantasy VII did. Final Fantasy VII is so big that it's actually getting split up into 2 parts, which you'll have to wait longer for the second, as we're getting the first on March 3rd. Before we get to number 1, here are some honorable mentions. It's Cyberpunk 2077. It looks great. The customization is pretty cool. Like, very cool. Even if you can't view your character, I can't really say that that's a problem for me. I just want to play the game. The first-person perspective is actually very unique. The world seems awesome. The game looks
breathtaking.
CD Projekt Red is behind this game. All these are reasons why Cyberpunk is number 1. I've talked about this game a lot. Oh yeah, Keanu Reeves is in this. Can't wait for April 16th, 2020. Well, that'll be it for this video. Do you agree with me? Be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!